Open your eyes.
Hey folks, welcome to the stream. So let's get started. I found an issue recently and we'll be working on making design doc for the same. Let's see how it goes. plan for the stream is a little bit different, but I guess still sort of the same. First, I'll start by describing the issue that I found. I suppose I found it in the last stream, but I don't remember correctly exactly. And then review the Flutter wiki for the uh, design doc, and then clone the design doc template dot possible solutions and code them for edge cases and pictures. And then we'll raise an here for the doc to get reviewed. Finalize the doc and then submit it for review. So yeah, that's it. Let's start with the issue, which is allow the slider to be slide only in the YouTube progress bar. So this is but simple, I suppose, like on the front, because we just need to allow the slider to be slide only, or have the customizability for what kind of interaction that can happen. So I'd like to request for sideways so that they can change only by tap and drag. If the users just tap anywhere without dragging, it's a no. It's similar to the progress bar on YouTube. There's a video link for how it should behave. So if you just tap somewhere, it won't work. But if you tap and drag somewhere, then it will pick it up, which is fine. Yeah, this is the proposal, and then a few comments on from page that it should be. It can be in ENM specifying what is permitted. I had a few ideas. So how it started was I had a few ideas. I coded them up, but then I realized that there are multiple options that can be done, and we may need a little more discussion for which idea to pick up. So that's why a design doc is required in that scenario, where if there are multiple options that you can think of and there is no one particular like right answer to this, then a design doc for discussion is always the way to go. Then I guess I'll keep the show open. Then we have this nice document on design documents, nice wiki on design documents on how we should how to work with flutters. Like they have their own template, and then we can just use that template directly. It's on flutter.dev/go/template. Design doc review. We recommend using global docs. Blah blah blah. Describes the process for minting a Flutter Dev Go foo. That's the short link for all the design docs that are in Flutter. Don't forget to configure your document sharing settings. Blah blah blah. Blur or not. Template discusses how to create a short link. Blah blah blah. This is yeah. Googler is not for us. When we implement design dot, document it in the source code itself. When on implementation, document it in the source code itself. Don't like expect the API document to stand on its own. I mean, sorry. Consider the API consider the design doc to stand on its own, and the code should still have the documentation. The API documentation is used in place. Blah blah blah. Considering the docs and soliciting feedback. If you wish to get feedback from the design doc, you must do many of the following options depending on how much feedback you want. If there is an issue already filed for the topic, just put the link to the issue there. People who have found the issue would want updates on the document will have subscribed to the issue, so you'll have the most effective way to communicate them. And then post the link to Discord. You can post your in chat to get feedback from team members. If you post it on one of the hacker stars, you want feedback from people that are interested in general area. You can post it in the global hackers channel if you want to get feedback for anyone interested in Flutter. If you want feedback from the broader community, which is not going DevRel or UX team, if you have comment access, you can talk about the design doc in the next dash forum normally on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. West Coast time. Ping XCN channel for the same. How to get good feedback. This maybe we can get onto this a little later after we have a doc, because this is for getting feedback rather than just writing the doc. So if you click on this template we'll get here, which has steps to create your own doc. This, like, if you want to find this page, you can just come to click on wiki when you go to flutter/flutter, and then in drop down the pages, search for design doc, and you'll find the design documents. For this is a template for Flutter documents. You can get it here. Do not use Golang except for design doc. Do not use to create it within the site. Do not use blah blah blah. Okay. Now update the document title above. First, we need to copy this. So let's copy this. Copy. Customized. Customizable, permissible slider interactions, or customizing. I guess that name is fine. Customizable, permissible. Customizable, permissible. I guess customize. No. Permissible slider interactions. I guess that is fine. Make a copy. Okay. Now, first it should be general access should be this, and there should be a commenter. Title of the document. Oh, haha. Title of the document should be so update the title of the documents, update the shared documents in the top left to make sure you have left publicly shared. Replace the author name with your name and GitHub ID with your GitHub ID. Okay. Document title, I don't think that is valid right now. We'll update it when we create, or we can at least you can fill it in. Last updated 2022 month is 11, right? Yeah. And then created month is also 11. So step 2 is done, step 3 is done, step 4 is done. Ensure the document is shared to everyone. Yeah, this is fine. Change viewer to commenter in the drop down. Clear, done. Open incognito to see if the document. You can see the document. Okay. Works. Edit the document and HUD's content. Do not change the header and footer or the print layout. Once the doc is ready, please do not file a PR. Okay. This is if you want to add the doc. I guess, yeah, first adding the doc. Okay, so we won't raise a PR as it says. No, don't raise an empty PR. Just follow the wiki to get the doc review. There is a good wiki there. So just follow that wiki to review the doc. You get the doc review. Describe the issue is done, remove the flutter is done. And then you also cloned it. Okay. Blah blah blah. Remember to delete these instructions by right clicking on them and click delete table. The reminder In this temperature structure, we recommend based on indicating explain how the field fit. Not every section applies to every design. Okay. Okay, how do I let me check. Oh wait, what? It just went down. Okay. Summary, a very short introduction to this lesson. Allowing what should we name? Like naming is one of the difficult things in software engineering, other than coding. But okay. Permissible slider interactions. Allow customizing or allow customizing permitted interaction styles or permitted interaction types. Hmm. Allowed, permitted, what's the other words possible? Allowed, permitted, permitted sounds okay. Interactions are permissible. It's suggested. Allow customizing. Allow customizing allowed. Permissible interactions was yep. Issue is fine. Objectives. If you are proposing a user-facing issue, describe the problem this proposal addresses from the user's point of view, including who is intended users. Be as specific as possible in terms of the roles and responsibility, level of expertise, and other attributes that might have impact on how likely they'll find this solution useful and usable. What problem does the solution help the intended user solve? Um, Objectives of the discussion is that discussing all the discussing all the possible what's the problem you're solving. Screen sizes can affect can screen sizes can make it difficult. Screen sizes for small can affect on can make small screen sizes make it difficult to differentiate between intended and ex between intended and accidental actions. Two things widgets on the screen. Example, trying to scroll further. Accidental. Accidental should be fine, right? No. For example, forwarding example, getting the slider to get the tapping the sliders accidentally typing the slider instead of on YouTube, let's say, with the same example that was given in the issue. On YouTube, accidentally typing the slider which would change the position uh, instead of viewing the details. Instead tapping this no accidentally typing the slider which would change the seek position instead of no it should start like I guess the sentence should start with what was intended. On YouTube, trying to tap on action buttons like caption settings but etc but accidentally typing the slider which would change the seek position. So the user is like developers want to differentiate between the uh, want to differentiate want to help the users differentiate the different kinds of interaction that they are that they can do with the widget. One of specifically in this doc we'll be talking about sliders. Example, on YouTube, trying to tap on actions button like caption settings etc but accidentally tapping the slider which was changing the seek position. Okay. What else? No, not user. Expertise other areas that might impact on how likely they'll find the solution useful or usable. No, it's not a plus. What's the problem that they're trying to solve? Also, also, it limits the developer to. It also limits by also allowing all possible interactions at all all times, limits the developer to um, implement. Those are possible interactions at all times, limits the developer to implement different ways, or implement or use the slider widget for non obvious use cases. For non-obvious use cases, like like yeah, like a scroll bar. Hmm. So also allowing all possible interactions at all points limits the developer to use the slider widgets for non-obvious use cases like a scroll bar, uh, or what else can this be used? So if I want to allow only tapping or only sliding, yeah, I guess one example scroll bar is fine. Uh, Let's also use a few examples. Flutter application developers, especially those who, who are not performance specialists, do not have a convenient way to take primarily if web developers are discouraged to use web browser because text in Flutter is not selectable by default. Flutter plugin authors often need to write complex and error-prone code because many plugins have to deal with allocating, tracking, and delocating resources. Okay, this is not that helpful for our use case. Example on YouTube, trying to tap on actions button like action but accidentally tapping the slider which would change the same position. Also, allowing all possible interactions at all points limits the developer to use the slider widget for non-obvious use cases like a scroll bar. So this solves, like this answers this, what's the problem this solution can help the intended user solve. Who are the intended users? Be as specific as possible in terms of the roles and responsibility and levels of expertise. That might have an impact on how likely they find the solution usable. Okay. Intended users will just be developers building Flutter apps for their users, which is obvious, I guess. So I don't think that needs to be mentioned. Yeah, what problem is it solving? I guess this just summarize it pretty well. Background. Background section needs to understand the problem. Don't include any sections in this section. Actually, don't include any solutions in this section. Audience. Consider people are writing for PX specific or anyone's contributing to Flutter, just people, regular contributors. The source file, only you and your TL, the background section should be sufficient for people in your audience to understand your proposal. Audience, Flutter developers using the framework to write, create their users on all screen sizes without on all screen sizes. The Flutter developers is fine. Audience is the Flutter developers using the framework to build interactive apps for the users of all different screen sizes. I guess this is too wordy. This is it's obvious to create using the framework. That should be it. Flutter developers using the framework. All Flutter developers using the framework. That will be the audience. Then we have the glossary. We can think about the glossary. What glossary to add? Permissible interactions. Allowed by the chances of accidental interactions are high. Okay. Non-goals, which is the specific, what are the specific, which is the specifically, what is specifically not being addressed in this design doc? What is specifically not addressed? Something that is not specifically addressed. I don't think I have anything in mind for this. How to implement can also be documented here. I guess this is still to do. User examples related to how would the user experience the proposed solution. Provide a few examples illustrating in detail. Our user experience proposition, for example, a few examples illustrating how the user would use the proposed solution in realistic scenarios. If the proposal in the API include sample code in a cost to Flutter style guide, include brief inline explanations of key concepts and proposal introduced. If applicable, show before and after comparisons. Here's an example. Okay. Paper sketches, wireframes, storyboards as visual aids. It's completely fine to keep them at low fidelity as paper page. Here's an example. I don't think we'll need this, but this is helpful definitely. Creating before and after, or not before and after, but just sample codes. You may integrate usage examples into the detail if doing so makes the doc flow better. However, mark them clearly as subsection headings so that the reader doesn't wish to review the implementation can still provide feedback on the intended usage. Since there are multiple proposed solutions, I'll have to like have a subheading of which am I talking about. So proposed solution one. Usage of proposed solution one. Okay, so let's write a little bit of code. So I had actually started writing the code before. Let me see. All right, this is looking now. But okay, this is still crying. I don't know why. Okay. Master Flutter upgrade packages. This will take a second, but okay. Anyway, slide only is there. So we'll have an enum of all the possible. So one of the proposed solution was why are there much conflicts? Okay, let's fix that later. Yeah, that can be fixed later. This is still red. Yeah, we can ignore these changes for now. This is fine. Okay, let's ignore this for now. So right now for slider interactions, we can have the slider, and then for allowed interactions, instead of that, we can add, let's say, um, permissible should be fine. Something like the, here it was interaction style. I can have something like permissible interactions. Cell interaction all, slider interaction dot tap. Hmm. Let's insert a table the same way it was done there, and then we can set the background color to white here. Insert table of 1 1. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. For this, yeah, paint background color white. No, what was the background color? Text color, highlight color. Huh. More actions, paste formatting, format, bullet, paragraph styles, fill, here it is, white, finally, and then Control Shift V. Yeah, this should work. So slider, permissible interactions, or just interactions. An interaction slider interaction dot tap only. And then there'll be enum slider. Wait, how do I disable? Anyone know how to disable the autocorrect in this thing? Language, no. Edit format. Paragraph header table clear formatting tools. Yeah, spell and grammar. Allow spell suggestions, allow grammar suggestions. This is suggestions, I'm not saying suggestions. Oh, not this too. Format tools, help, autocorrect, grammar. I guess I can disable that for now. Okay. Enum slider interaction, and then there will be tap only, slide only, tap and slide. I don't know if we need all if tap and slide. Can allow tapping allows only allows tapping on the what was it? What is that track only? I guess this just discusses useless examples, so this should be fine. Next proposed solution. List of permissions names. Oh, and then inside here we have slider permissible interactions would be a list slider interaction dot app dot tap slide slide, what was that thing called? Slide puck, no, thumb. And then all possible would be slide interaction tap on track, and then slide thumb, slide on track. So there's a difference between like tapping the thumb and sliding that, and sliding anywhere on the track. There's a tap on track, only that should be allowed, where you, if you can tap on track only, then it will change. Are there any other possibilities? Code I had only slide thumb and tap on track. I have why didn't I have tap on track and then slide thumb, slide on track? Uh, we just like see tap works on tap up, not tap down. So tap on track means tap down, tap up, tap down, tap up. Slide thumb means tap on thumb, drag, and then leave. That's slide. And slide on track means tap anywhere on the slider, release, move and release. Are there any other possible interactions to be done with the slider? Uh, if I come up with, I'll add it. But for now, we have like tap on track anywhere and slide thumb. And then like similar to this, I also have these, that is all, and then slide only. Usage, which I'll turn to a little bit grayish, and then API doc. API doc nahi. Code. Usage 1, and then I can have another example of this usage 2, where and then slide only. You can also make this sort of a I don't know if we should add this one, slide only. Having individuals, so that for simple use cases. Okay, anyway, we'll think about that in a bit. And then last is the proposed solution. I have another thought of another proposed solution, which is, wait, what? Third one being, instead of list of permissions or enum specifying, instead we can have um, a API change or a new API, which will be on change with interaction type. Yeah, I can also call this type, right? Interaction type. Again, interaction type, but no, this is not what I'm looking for. This would be uh, and we'll have int value comma slider interaction type, and then this will be the same thing as this. needs to include all permutations and combinations for this. This needs a lot of permutation and combination anyway. Usage would be this thing where if interaction type is allowed type, then set state underscore current value equals value. This thing, this thing, this thing, and this thing. Where we'll have the usage will be something like this, on change with interaction type. If interaction type is allowed type, like there'll be a logic for this. If this interaction type is allowed, this also enables us to add more stuff like double tap on track. But okay, that seems too far first. And there is also fourth proposed solution, which is like the same as this thing, but breaking change. Unchanged ही है ना, it's unchanged itself. Unchanged. Action type. And then we can have the code for bool. I'll also write this bool no what bool slider interaction type state possibly state based um, possibly state based interactions, possibly state based logic to check interaction, decide if if permitted. Hmm. Now that I see accessibility, maybe we can also check if how is the accessibility allowed. Maybe we can have permissions on that too, but I don't know. I'll need to deep dive on how accessibility works. So I'll add a to do here. Check how accessibility works for in case of slider. For detailed design discuss, we can just start with discussing the proposed solutions. So we'll call this heading 3 proposal number 1, which is enum based permitted interaction, just interaction. Usage above. Proposal 1 would be enum based permitted interaction. A simple enum consisting of all possible interactions to the slider pros of this is simple API. Pros is simple and easy to understand. Cons is lacks scalability, because it's not scalable. If we down the line, if we have to add a new type of interaction, detailed, I guess, yeah. Now that I realize this usage example should go down, not here. This is not the right place, but I'll move it later in a minute. Let's first get to this thing. Space. Okay, enum, simple and easy to understand. Enum based simple and because all possible interactions to the slider and can be set to us. Simple and easy to understand, lacks scalability. Lack scalability is number of enums can increase exponentially per new interaction added to handle combinations. Although there isn't a new interaction possible inside. Simple and easy to understand and difficult to deprecate slash alter. I'll move the user style. Blah 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 blah. Here we are. For this list of permissions enums would be list of here this would be list of no wait, how did I start that? A simple enum, uh, an enum for all atomic interactions, a list of permissions, no, a list of permissions enums, not permissions types, and here also List of interactions. An enum for all atomic interactions. Usage with slider would be takes one to calculate or compute if it is no we'll take one enum to cross check from its possibilities. An enum consisting of all possible combinational interaction types, and then a simple enum. A new API would be a simple enum consisting of all possible combinational interaction types. And then slider will one enum to one enum value. We'll take one enum value for deciding if the current interaction is permitted. Should call changed. What is a slider according to the Flutter docs? Prepared to use separate selector values. Yeah, that's fine. API new class. Type of interaction that that the slider widget accepts supports. Example, tapping anywhere on the track. So an enum consisting of all atomic interaction types, and then slider will take a list of permissible interaction types. I don't think structure is needed. It's like it's sort of obvious. New API will be this slider will take a list of permissible interaction types. As a coupled. For this, it will be permissible interaction types. Pros would be uh, atomic interactions are decoupled, new events, new. What is the other? What is the other? Uh, it's not easy to understand, although it's simple. I don't think it is easy to understand. What other advantage does this have? I'm thinking, how will the third proposal fit into this? Like, all the proposals are aimed towards, like, if the first one has some cons, how to fix this in the second one, in the next one. So the first one had the con of decoupling, so the second one decoupled it. Now the second one, new ones are deprecating. A little bit. Number of lines of coding is, and then wait, I'm thinking one of the cons can be considered as it does not allow value-based value-based interaction type permission. It's a little wordy. What I mean by that is I cannot set if, like, what if I want to check if this type of interaction is permissible depending on the value. Like, if the value is among this range, then it is permitted, else it is not permitted. I can also add that as a problem. Uh, I can just let's just number these. Mm, not limiting. At all times, this making it impossible for the developer to use a slider widget for non-obvious use cases like a scroll bar. Another issue that I'm thinking of is allowing, wait, do we have the, like, the min value and max value thing? We have the min and max, and we also have the divisions, but it's not, mm, well, the value can still be set in that. So what I was thinking was, maybe we can also allow the interactions to change depending on where the tap is made. No, that will be tough. I was thinking that maybe we can allow all interactions to be made between, like, let's say the range is 0 to 10, and then we allow the slider to take the real values from 0 to 1, but only integer values from 1 to 10. So, like, having a varied use case. But again, problem with that one is I can't think of a use case where that is useful. Is there a use case for which it is used, this type of API enability sorry, API design, not design, this kind of feature is useful. And second, since there is no requirement or like a, yeah, it's very tough to justify. I don't have a second one, but it's just it's difficult to justify where this could be used. Our second one is, anyway, this can still be done even without the permission, because the permission is for the interaction type, not the value that is taken. Hmm. Okay, so we have this. So the third one is that what I was thinking, but I don't think that is required anymore. Slider interaction. Let's go down again. Wait, I deleted the second one, right? No. Now I need to come up with cons. The con for this was that value based ones have value based interaction. But what's the use case? Why would someone want a value based interaction? Maybe they don't support tapping anywhere near the thumb. If it is far away from the thumb, then we can tap to it. We can, if there is a far away thumb, we can tap to it, but if it is close by, it should be only allowed by sliding. uh, Currently all possible interactions are allowed at all times, making it impossible for the developer to use a slider widget for unobvious use cases like scroll down. Wait, can this be used as scroll bar? Am I misunderstanding? Let me also check that. So I can set the value but not use on changed. My bad. You can still use this for that. No, this is wrong. All the interactions can be stopped. It's not like you cannot stop all interactions. This is wrong. There is just one problem here. What is any other con that I can think of? Value based. The only con that will justify the adding it to unchanged would be that. Um, does not allow the developers to consider value while to consider the new value. This is is this a problem? If I don't know the value while deciding if this interaction is allowed or not. Maybe there is maybe there is a use case where maybe there is a use case. Think of a use case where the value is maybe required to know the interaction type. Value is required to know the interaction type. Or to decide if this interaction is supposed to be processed. Seek, double tap seek. Okay, the third one is this thing now, which is on change with interaction. Okay, just put it here. Slider will take out the see. Slider will take a no. This won't be taken list. Slider will ret new API would be this, and then slider will also have a new API on changed with interaction. No, new API which similar to unchanged, which will Starter will have that new API which similar to onChanged, which will provide the interaction type along with the new value. New API similar to onChange, which will provide the interaction type along with the new value. Usage will be this. Pros will be instead of disallowing the interaction type at source, it passes it to the user developer to compute or figure out, possibly using the new value if the interaction type should be used once um mm, is this non-intuitive? Is this API non-intuitive? On changed, it will tell that if the new value, it will tell the new value and it will also tell the interaction type. Is this non-intuitive? Possibly using the new value if the interaction type should be uses. Once, is this non-intuitive? This solution has a possible uh, variable. This solution has a possible option. How do I write that this solution has variation where unchanged can be accessibility. Okay, so now we need to check how is this accessible. Do we have some accessibility features? This is used for accessibility. Semantic formatter callback. Oh, callback used to create a semantic value from a slider value. Defaults to formatting values as a percentage. This is used by accessibility frameworks like TalkBack on Android to inform users what the currently selected value is with more context. This makes sense. But this is not the accessibility I was thinking. I was thinking of if a wait, does that work? Let me check that. Macros itself. I can close this. Why does this happen? I don't know. I have changed the wallpaper. Why is it still on the old one? Hmm. Okay, so arrow keys also work. I get that the if it is null, then the slider is continuous, but how does the pointer thing if there is a focus and then there is a arrow key type? Here's an intent for an action handler, and then there is an actions map for a callback for adjust slider intent, and then there is a render slider dot increase action and decrease action, which will add the semantic action unit. Hmm. So the adjustment unit is 0.1. So if I have 0 to 1, the adjustment unit is 1. Hmm. So I can also add this as the possible interaction, where the render slider decrease action and increase action will work only if the arrow, like if it is enabled. Accessibility में एक कीबोर्ड का भी आएगा. I don't know if that is accessibility. अप डाउन. अप डाउन भी तो है. If it's an up तो क्या होना चाहिए, and if it is down तो क्या होना चाहिए. तो लेफ्ट राइट अलाउड है, अप डाउन अलाउ करना है या नहीं करना है, something like that. But I don't know why someone would disallow it. Anyway, let me check this. Increase action है, तो increase action कहाँ कहाँ पे कॉल हुआ है. Find usages. That's left to RTL and up. That's it. खाली 3 जगहों पे है. And value read है एक जगह. Okay. So that is not. हाँ. Then there are the start interaction, end interaction, handle drag start, handle drag update, handle drag end, handle drag down, handle drag up. Okay, I guess this is internationalization की जरूरत है नहीं because this is nothing to do with text. And accessibility की भी जरूरत I guess नहीं है. Integration with existing features explains how the existing features are affected by the proposal. How will you adjust existing APIs and features so that in the end combined feature feels like it was designed to have the proposed features? Existing way there are no changes. Documentation plan I don't have like uh, bullet points. Documenting the new APIs added, and then what was that thing? Tool based? No, I guess tool based was it. It was tool based. Examples. Hmm. That part used examples for popular use cases. I guess this is done. Uh, let's proofread this. Permissible nahi. Allowed nahi. Supported nahi. I guess permissible is fine. Allow customizing permissible interactions to a slider. Issues set correctly. What's the problem you're solving? Also, enabling developers to not permit few interaction types based on the apps based on the semantics of the app, like hmm. All right, I had to proofread. So yeah, starting again, allow customizing What is what problem is this solving? Small screen sizes make it difficult to differentiate between intended and accidental attentions to widgets on its widgets on the screen is very broad. I guess I can specify this to slider interactions to this slider. Widget. Example on YouTube, trying to tap on the actions button like this, but accidentally tapping on the slider. Based on the semantics of the app, like where would a slider not want? Can I think of a use case where this is required, where this is helpful? In a game, Are there any options? Hmm, I guess this is done. Can you just set this? Soliciting feedback. Let's add the this was in tool. No, not tool. Example diagram with container. SRC. I don't know what this is. Let me check what's in it. Main firebase.json. Sorry, there is just here firebase.json. A B C D E F. Not firebase.json. This should be sorted, so this should be set to something like P. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P. P platform interface breaking change. Permissible slider interactions. PER PEPIPERM. Just after this, to source slash go slash permissible slider interaction destination one of this copy link paste and then type one. This looks fine to me. That was very helpful. Okay. So I have jotted down the finalize the doc and further review for get it. I'll also post this on Discord to get. I am thinking if we need a examples, but I'm unsure to even how to even write those examples because they will be non-interactive and this is very much interaction based. I guess I don't think there is any other task. I don't think we need to add this to the Discord version. I don't think that will I'll just wait for this to get reviewed then. So rather than check that. I guess I'll end it here. I can't think of any other thing that can be done. Or anyway, we are a little bit of a time. So cool. See you guys later. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Yeah. Come on. Bang, bang. Jump.